Hey, it's Ann Rose Hart here. I was just talking with a person who was exploring whether or not it's really okay to just go with what feels good when you are tuning into how you want to live. And in this specific scenario, we were talking about this awareness that, it actually just feels really good to do what brings me joy and to take a stand for myself and defend what's important to me. And in her case, it was about setting some boundaries with another person. And there was a little voice that creeped in that said, maybe, are you just, you're really more committed to picking a fight. It wasn't the word she used, but, that always having some type of a challenge or something like that. And it just opened up a really powerful conversation, I feel, because this is the conditioning that all of us are up against in terms of noticing where we feel most alive and aligned, and then those little voices that pop up, the little self-doubt, the little patterns of hesitation. And I really just wanted to pop on to name some of those because it's really important that we catch the little niggling feelings of self-doubt that creep in, that pull us out of trusting where we feel most alive, expanded, just feeling good. It's so simple, but it's so simple that we don't trust it because it's too simple and we're in the habit of complicating things, right? But when you drill down into the deeper layers of why, there's a way in which that voice of self-doubt has been a protector over the years. There was some way in which during childhood, that kept you safe, and that kept you holding back from creating conflict, creating boundaries that would result in some type of contrast or challenge. And at a very early age, that seemed like the appropriate thing to do. And, and there was some situation in which it was the way in which you felt safe. But what happens is how that plays out over the years, of course, is then looking at the ways in which we are holding back from taking a stand for what we really want or desire and not putting up firm boundaries because what if the other person gets mad, or what if there's some type of challenge that comes up that creates such a pain in the ass, and now this is going to be a lot to deal with. We have to defend ourselves, and isn't it just easier to just go along with it, and maybe my position isn't that important, or maybe it's not even that worth fighting for, or whatever. And the pattern that ends up being that we don't have boundaries, we suppress our joy, we go along with whatever it is that the other person was wanting. All the ways in which you kind of squish yourself into a box and settle for this joyless existence. It's like, no, it's okay, I could suck it up. No, it's okay. No, it's okay, right? And that's the place in which we do not have our life energy activated because we don't have the boundaries in place, right? And so in this context of, is it really just okay to do what feels good? There's going to be a way in which it may require even some righteous anger. It may require some very difficult conversations. It's not all yippee, skippy, joy in the execution of it. However, that place inside of you that knows, God, this just feels right. It feels good. There is a feeling in your physical body that you can trust. And this is our body's compass. That is our way of knowing when you're on your path, when you are on your compass that's aligned with your truth, the compass that's aligned with your purpose, your authentic expression. The body lets us know when we are in alignment with that because it feels good, right? So you trust that, but you have to practice, choosing that way of being, choosing feeling good, choosing letting yourself go there, because the dominant habit in our society is to go along and settle with, oh, no, it's okay, this is normal. I'm just so used to living in a suppressed way of living that I don't even know that I'm doing it, right? So, it may take practice to let yourself really do what feels good, but you can trust it. You can trust it. And it even goes to, I'm going to go here because this just came up, people, especially women, have this just ridiculous battle with food, right? And, I can't just feel good because if I eat like one cookie, I'll eat the whole box. If I eat one piece of cake, I'll eat the whole thing. One spoon of ice cream, I'll eat the whole thing, right? Like feel good thing. And that's a direct result of having suppressed this thing for so long. Like, of course we can't practice moderation because we're living in a box of our own prison all the time. And so when you do finally let it out, you end up, eating too much, that type of thing, right? And so as you can learn to trust your body and trust yourself to just do the thing that lets you feel pleasure and know that there's more coming, it ends up not being such a emergency for your body to go, oh my God, I'm getting some pleasure. I better have it all at once because I don't think there's any more coming, because we tend to go back into this prison wall of, no, I live here within a state of self-judgment, suppression, and holding myself separate from pleasure. So that's my normal. Right? No, let yourself eat. Let yourself do what feels good. And as you do, you can build the muscle of trusting yourself, which allows the moderation, which allows the self-trust, which allows you to come back into equilibrium with who you really are in all areas of your life. So there we go. Have a cookie, take a stand, hold your boundaries. But this is the point, doing what feels good, you can trust this. And, there's a part of you that probably worries, like, oh gosh, if I just, hey Barbara, hey, good to see you. If we just let ourselves do what feels good all the time, won't we just turn into a bunch of hedonistic, egotistical, lazy people that sit around eating bonbons all day and doing nothing? Right, that's the voice of ego keeping you small, because it's sure that you don't do what brings you delight because it doesn't believe it's safe. That's the point, is those voices that are not true that create self-doubt. And so, I've been living this experiment for 10 years, pushing the edge. What happens if I really just do and trust what feels good? And I feel like I'm, just tapping into the next level. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. But the more that comes alive, the more life energy there is, the more trust there is, the more joy there is, the more downloads there are, because you're in the flow. The more authentically aligned you feel, the more fun you have, the more powerful you are, the more magnetic you are, the easier you manifest. All of it is related, but you have to catch that voice that says, I can't do that. It's not actually safe for me to enjoy my life. In fact, let's laugh about that one, right? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the script that's running our nervous system. What's wrong with this picture, right? So, yes, you can trust what feels good. And how I always say, go do more of what makes you awesome. And that applies to everything, how you're doing your business, living your purpose, handling what you buy, going shopping, what you're putting in your body. Dare to let yourself do what feels good. Just try it. Just try it and see what happens when you let yourself be in pleasure and enjoy yourself and give yourself the gift of doing what your body's wanting for. There's that great Mary Oliver poem. I'll post it here because I can't remember the exact words, but she says something about do what the softness of your body wants. You know the quote. I'll post it because I don't remember it, but it's that, your body really knows, and you can trust it, and you're safe to do that. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on and share that with everybody today. Thanks for watching. And hey, if you want to do more business that feels good, like really create a business that feels good in how you live, how you play, how you contribute, how you share what is in your heart and what is your calling. We're going to be playing in Jackson Hole, Feeling Good on the Mountains here in September 20 to 22. And this is all about dialing in your speaking and your message and getting out in front of people in a way that feels so radiant and confident, because you're doing what feels good and you're letting yourself inhabit fully your body. Like, this is the whole point, because if we're not fully inhabiting the pleasures of who we are, we don't inhabit our body fully, and we don't have that magnetism and that radiance on stage that inspires people to say, oh my God, I want what she's having. How do I sign up, right? This is the intangible part about speaking and delivering your message, and whether you're building a business, growing clients, or you're wanting to do more public speaking, whether you're wanting to sell from the stage, all these ways in which speaking and having a commanding presence requires you to activate your magnetism. So that's what we're doing in Jackson, September 20 to 22. It's 3 full days for a really small group. I've just got a couple of spots left that lets you practice and get feedback from your peers to really dial in your magnetism and your message and stand up in front of any group with authority and magnetism and have them all just sitting in the palm of your hand going, hey, I want what they're having, right? So if that's interesting to you, zap me a message or post in the comments below, and I'll send you the details. And it's Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We are playing in the mountains and having a lot of fun, feeling good, dialing in your business, your message, your mojo, and your magnetism. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm super excited to hear. I'm super excited to hear what this touched for you. Post in the comments below, because I'm curious. What is it that you haven't been letting yourself do that feels good? Or what are the voices that come up for you around just doing what feels good? And let's keep the conversation going, because it's an important conversation. All of our world has been suppressing this element of beingness, with the pendulum swinging too far in the other direction of the masculine productivity, willpower, get her done, result-oriented. And we need that, of course, but we need the pendulum to swing back and find a greater balance between not just getting things done, but how we get things done. The how we do it is just as important as what we get done. And the how we do it requires us to have some more fun and do what feels good and really create a connection with our own body, with our own compass, with our own sense of knowing who we are and trusting that. So I'd love to hear. Pop in the comments below, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.